Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday lunch chat. I'm Sarah, owner of Not Another Hat, joining you from my hidey hole of an office with a cup of hot tea because it's chilly outside. I wish it would snow, darn it. And don't tell me you don't want it to snow. I don't want to hear it. I love snow and I'm just going to stick with it. My sister and I are all like that. Uncle Jess, if you're watching, boo hoo, bah humbug. Hi, Brenna. I hope you all are well. I have a whole basket of things to show you today. So buckle up. It does feel like it's been ages, Kim. This once a week thing with the lives feels very long. I don't know. Tuesday and Friday, it felt like that was all the time. And then just dropping one of those. Oh, the lights went off. Come on. Okay. Dropping one of those feels like ages from Tuesday to Tuesday. That's crazy. Hi. Let's see. Bert, Martha, Sue, Lee, Sarah, Diane, hello. First off, let me just start with a quick note about today's Knitmas special. There was some inventory issues. Basically, the long story short is today's special happens to be the one product in the store that will not sync with the point of sale. So if you looked this morning and it looked like there wasn't a whole lot available, please check again. I'm talking about Universal Yarns Wool Pop. That's today's Knitmas special. If you buy, I think it's 4 or more skeins, it's 25% off. Anyway, it wasn't updated. It hadn't updated in quite a long time, and I never realized it. So we do have a decent stock of several colors that weren't showing. So if you checked earlier this morning, there's like some really beautiful blues. Dang it, I meant to grab some a few minutes ago. I got sidetracked. I was just going to show you a couple of colors. There's a beautiful pink, several really beautiful blues, wintry blues, and a graphite that we have sweater quantity of that would be great for taking advantage of today's Knitmas special. And Julia just commented on our post on Facebook with another inspiration for using the Wool Pop for Facette, which she's made, and she actually used it as one of her colors. It would be beautiful for that pattern. I just made a separate post because it was such a good idea. Thank you, Julia. So you can see on our Facebook page, like, same place I'm going live right now, you can see my post directly to that pattern. So that would be getting different skeins of different colors to put together, which especially with the what's in stock right now, you could make a beautiful combination for facette. So thank you for that idea, Julia. It's a good deal on the Wool Pop, which is already a good deal because the price point is really good for the yardage, and it's a beautiful, lovely yarn. And if you at all have concerns about overheating in your sweaters or projects, Wool Pop is such a good option because of its half bamboo content. So half bamboo, half wool. You get kind of the luster and the drape of bamboo, but with the stitch memory of wool. So great combo. That's today's special. Only today. Jenny, thank you for the heads up this morning that the coupon code wasn't quite working yet. She's on it. Oh my gosh, Julia, are you serious? Okay, Julia just commented that it takes 3 colors for Facette, and in many sizes, it's just 1 skein each, which you would actually have to get another skein to get the discount to work. I believe. You guys, I apologize. I make these, I make up and schedule the Knitmas stuff like 8 to 10 days ago, and I've already forgotten what each one of them are. So I'm just going back to verify what the discount is. For 4 skeins, if you put 4 skeins in your cart, it's 25% off, 4 or more. So yes. Yeah, exactly. You're kind of, yes, exactly. Very good, Heidi. Okay, so let's move on to some of the other stuff I have to show you. Okay, first of all, I wanted to show you that I busted out an old project and I made a lot of progress on it. So I'm just going to give you an update. I don't even know if many of you will remember this because it is over a year old at this point. But I cast this on around election season last year, so early November. This is my, oh God, Okay. I have a Swiss cheese brain, I'm telling you. I'm looking right now. Just hold tight. Did I not even put this in my Ravelry? Oh my gosh. Oh, Grouse Creek. There it is. Grouse Creek. This is Grouse Creek, and I'm using um Millefiori Light Lux. Are you guys able to get any of that sparkle? I think some of the sparkle is coming through. That's my contrast color in the yolk. It's sparkly. It's subtle, but it is so gorgeous. It's not as dark as it looks right now on the screen. Oh, there we go. That's correct. It's that light. Yeah. So I finally finished the body. I was just past the armhole for, 10 months or so without touching it. I finished the body and I've started a sleeve. And I'm going to make that one, this one, 3/4 sleeves. And so I'm hoping I can really finish this puppy. My main color is Barocco Ultra Wool Fine, which I really love working with. Talk about a workhorse yarn that doesn't feel like a workhorse. It feels so nice. Thank you, Jenny and Martha. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm actually hoping to finish that one by Christmas and wear it with my new wool and dress. I've got yarn in my lip gloss as for Christmas because I think the sparkles are perfect for the holidays, right? Okay. One other quick thing I want to show you is if you pre-ordered one of the Shanna Jean temperature kits for 2022, they've shipped. I'm so excited. I got one too. I cannot wait. But we do have one left in inventory. It's on our website. So I'm going to try to fold this down so you can see all the colors. We have a fruity left. So here she is in all her glory. And that's 17 20-gram mini skeins. And then you get the whole temperature project guide. And I cannot wait to sit down and plug in my yarns on, one second, this little chart here that comes with it. So you get to choose your ranges so that you can kind of customize it to the area that you live so that you get kind of a good distribution, say, of colors. And so you choose your temperature range and then you write the color name down with your range and then attach a little snippet so you don't lose track because, a year is a long time to keep track of something. And because once you take a label off to wind one of these puppies, good luck remembering its color name. That's why you write it all down, right? So if you want in on that, there is one left on the website in my hand right now. And I took mine home and it's staring at me. I just want to sit there and wind them all up and do all my doodads. Okay, now on to the big show, right? Okay, so for today, I wanted to show you something cool that I came up with. First of all, if you have not yet met Hold My Beer, my felted mittens, allow me to introduce you. I don't know. There is another mitten. I don't know where it is. We only put one on display. It's a theft prevention thing. But anywho, this is my Hold My Beer mittens. And these are felted. So they're nice and warm and very water resistant. And these are made with Barocco Mercado in 2 colors. And if you buy two skeins of Mercado, you can actually flip-flop them and get a whole second pair of mittens out of those 2 skeins. So for example, I brought in a couple to show you like this fun holiday combo right here, like pine green and burgundy, or this kind of like blue green and gray. So Mercado's fantastic, but we've got this new Noro yarn that is 100% wool that will felt. And I just thought, okay, there's got to be a way, right, to make a little modification and make something very similar. So it totally works. So what I did basically is I took my Hold My Beer mittens, and this is a lighter weight yarn. It's worsted weight where Mercado's bulky, but I used the same needle and I just followed the pattern as written with a couple of modifications. Well, obviously to make them fingerless mitts instead of mittens, but it worked. And they're so cozy, but your fingers are still free to do stuff. So this is the color that I used. Here's my leftovers. And I know it's hard to tell because, of course, it's Noro. So you have like a gajillion colors in one skein, right? But here's the crazy thing. you could get 2 to 3 pairs of these out of one of these balls of Coreopatra. So that this yarn right here is Noro Coreopatra. It's meant to sound like Cleopatra, and it's got 295 yards. So here's another awesome color with lots of fun color inside. So you have to be prepared that they're going to come out different colors, right? They're going to stripe through different colors, but that's part of the fun, and that's what makes them just like entertaining to make and fun to give to people, etc. Could you imagine making 6 of these and just having like pairing up and giving them off as gifts? It literally, guys, it took me about 3 hours to knit one of these. That is totally a doable last minute gift. So here's the deal for today. If you buy Mercado or Cleopatra, you get Hold My Beer for free, and we'll send you the modification sheet to make a pair of Hold My Beer mitts, fingerless mitts as well. So to make it work, you have to put all of that in your cart. You know, if you want to do it with the Cleopatra, you have to put the Cleopatra and the pattern in your cart. And then there is a coupon code you're going to need. And that coupon code is, I'm pretty sure it's Beer Mitts, but just a second. I got to double. Beer Mitts. BEERMITTS. Beer Mitts. Okay. So you put the pattern, Hold My Beer, in your cart, and you put Coreopatra or a skein of Mercado in your cart, and then use the coupon Beer Mitts all together, BERMITTS, and you'll get the pattern free. So just FYI, if you're doing that and you don't see the pattern is changed to 0, something's missing. Either the coupon code's not in the right spot, etc. I know when you're on a mobile, it's really easy to skip the part where you enter a coupon code, especially if you use those fast checkout options like Shop Pay or Google Pay, Apple Pay. So make sure you put the coupon code in, BERMITTS, Beer Mitts, and you'll get the pattern free. It just takes 1 skein of Coreopatra or 1 skein of Mercado in your cart to make that coupon code work. And then we will email you the modification sheet as well, because I wrote up a whole sheet so that you can just bust these out lickety split for Christmas time. What do you think? You could, so I know for sure it's 2 pairs, but there is most likely enough for 3 pairs. It just depends on if you've got someone with really big hands and you need to make this part taller. So, that's why I'm saying 2, 3 pairs. It kind of depends on how big you're making them. I also gave a little bit of a note if you want a bigger hand size, that it's really easy, really straightforward. So, boom. It's true. Heidi pointed out, you really only need 1 to hold a beer unless you're a 2-fisted drinker. This is true. That cannot be denied. But, you know, if you're holding one and it's cold enough that you need a mitt to hold your beer in, presumably it's cold enough that you need a mitt on the other hand as well, right? So felting is fun, and it's been a while since I've done it. I designed these 2 years ago plus, and so that was the last time I felted, and so it was fun felting these. I have a front loader, and I can't open it, which is, you know, not everyone can open their front loader mid-cycle, but it's just not the most agitation. And even though I selected hot water, it was not getting that hot. So these took a very long time. These took just over 30 minutes. And you can see there's still going to be some stitch definition. They're not like really, really solidly felted, but that's fine. That you want them that way, because it's still a nice, thick, warm fabric. But anyway, if any of you still have a top loader, it's going to be a whole lot easier. But yeah, felting is fun, like opening it and checking out this squishy, wet piece of wet wool and checking it. Julia, thank you for posting that coupon code. Oh, so that coupon, this whole deal, we'll run it through the end of Saturday night, end of the week. So if you're watching this after the live presentation, don't worry, you can still take advantage of this coupon code. So yeah, Jill says, watch out, they're addicting. Jill, how many pairs? Oh my gosh. How many? Okay, I got to scroll up. She's made 4 fingerless versions. Jill, did you say how many you've made of the regular version? I don't know if she said, we're going to have to wait and see. Jill, post it if you're still watching. How many? Jill is giving, oh, I don't think anyone that Jill's gifting watches this. So she's giving these for Christmas presents this year, and she has made a gazillion, 9 pairs, and then 4 fingerless versions. So I bet she could knit these in her sleep. She's got the pattern memorized. Yeah, Martha, felting is so easy. It really is. So basically, Martha asked, is felting easy? The idea with felting is you knit something that's a little bit bigger and looser than you intend it to be to wear it, right? And then with feltable wool, no superwash allowed in felting. And then when you felt it, which is basically like anything that shocks the fiber. So in a washing machine, it's water temperature, extreme temperature, and agitation. Those 2 things work together to shock the fiber, and it starts to catch on itself and it felts down. And so the hardest thing about felting, Martha, is not losing track of the stuff that you put in. So I always set a timer so that I go and I check. So, I basically say, if you don't really know, it's the first time, check after 15 minutes and then every 5 minutes after that, because basically, like, it's not going to look like it's felting. It's not going to look like it's felting. And then all of a sudden it's going to start felting. So, and every different felting yarn can behave differently. So you kind of have to get a feel for it, as you go, but then it is just like magic. You just put in this floppy, weird, loose looking thing and you get out this really cozy, squishy fabric. So yes, felting is fun. Oh, Kim's got a 31-year-old Meta. I bet that is the most reliable appliance in your house. Absolutely. Absolutely. So there is your last minute gift idea for this chat. And it's absolutely doable. Oh, it's size 10.5 needles. That's what I did it on. Double points if you like that. I use 2 circulars. Magically take your pick. So, okay. And yeah, Mercado does felt really well. This is the Mercado. And you can just see there's just the tiniest bit of stitch definition left. I don't know if actually that's coming through on the video, but this is because this is a bulky yarn to start with, not a worsted weight yarn like this one. These are a much thicker finished felt product. And these really are truly great snow mittens because not much is getting through all of that. So yes, I can ship yarn to Baja, Kim. Of course. I am totally able to do that. Yes, Martha, it is exactly what happens when you wash wool by accident. Yes, that is felting. But presumably with more control. Exactly. I know I'm an enabler, Sue. That's what I got my degree in college. Just kidding. Okay, you guys, this has gone on long enough, and I thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and maybe you get some mittens, and don't forget to continue checking our Knitmas specials. And if you were interested in the wool pop, go back and check it again in case you saw it before I got the inventory levels fixed. So, okay, have a happy week, everybody, and go play with some yarn. Bye.